Good afternoon, Mariners. Dylan Flynn here from the National Hurricane Center with the Tropical Atlantic briefing for Thursday, August 10th, discussing conditions out to Tuesday, August 15th. Good news on the summary slide, no major impacts expected from wind, swell, or tropical cyclones. And a look at the surface analysis from this morning, showing high pressure ridge dominates the basin with a pair of tropical waves in the Atlantic and another pair in the Caribbean. And again, as mentioned earlier, we're not expecting any new tropical cyclones to form over the next week. We are, however, approaching the peak of hurricane season, so don't expect this to last forever. And taking a look at the marine conditions for Friday morning, we see the ridge of high pressure extending into the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Winds are gentle to moderate across the majority of the basin, with some fresh winds in the southern Caribbean along the axis of a tropical wave. But take a look at the sea heights. We have slight seas throughout the entire basin, with around 3 to 5 feet in the Atlantic and even less than that in the Gulf of Mexico and Northwest Caribbean. For Saturday, no significant change outside of those fresh winds become strong in the South Central Caribbean, and the sea heights corresponding to that area build to about 8 feet. And looking ahead to Sunday, we still see those strong winds in the South Central Caribbean, which are allowing seas to build up to 9 or 10 feet. We also see some 9 to 11 foot seas in the central Atlantic, which is supported by these fresh to strong northeast winds. And by Monday morning, a relaxed pressure gradient allows winds to decrease to fresh in the Caribbean, as well as in the central Atlantic. Corresponding wind waves are decreasing to moderate in the Caribbean. However, we still have some rough swell in the Atlantic. By Tuesday morning, the seas in the Atlantic continue to abate. We now have about 8 or 9 feet as a max, and no big change to the remainder of the area. That's all for this update. We'll have another briefing for you Sunday afternoon.